Okay, so when we're looking at Heads Up, we've got different scenarios, and it looks like each story is a little different, if I remember correctly. And it says, Tara worked at a pet store. One morning, several of the cage doors had been left open. The puppies and the canaries were loose. Animals were everywhere. She spotted 30 heads in the crowd and 84 feet. How many escapees were canaries? So the first thing that I would do if I were looking at that is I'd want to think about what I know about animals. So we have puppies, and of course we know puppies have one head. And how many feet do they have? 4. We have canaries, and if you're not sure what a canary is, it's a bird. And so how many heads does it have? One head. But how many feet do birds have? 2. 2 feet. So I would start there with those details. The next thing that I would zone in on would be the fact that we have 30 heads. So what does that tell you about how many animals you can have? You can only have 30 animals. 30 animals total. So then it becomes kind of a guessing game. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to split 30 in half. If I split 30 in half, what does that give me? 15. If I have 15 puppies with 4 feet each, how many does that give me? Riley?
30.
15 animals with 4 feet each.
Oh, I was doing 5 times 4.
Mm-hmm. What does that give you, Zach? 60 feet. Well, then that means that I would have to have 15 canaries with 2 feet each, which would give me 30 feet. The problem is that gives me 90 feet. And how many feet can I have? I can only have 84. So what does that mean that I need to do? Need to make a little adjustment, right? So what do you think we should adjust? Should we adjust the puppies or should we adjust the canaries? We can adjust, let's do the puppies first. Puppies are a little bit easier to think about. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the puppies and I'm going to bump that up to 18. 18 times 4. And if I take 18 times 4, that's going to give me 32, and that's going to give me 72 feet. But if I bump the puppies up to 18, then that means I've got to take 3 less canaries, right? Because this still has to give me 30 heads. Well, 12 canaries at 2 feet each is going to give me 24. That's going to give me 96 feet. Wait a minute, what happened there? That's more feet. Did that really work?
No.
So maybe I should flip this around and add more canaries than I add puppies, right? Alright, so still want to get 30 heads. So let's flip these numbers around. Let's say that we get 12 puppies and we get 18 canaries. Let's see what happens when I flip those numbers around. What's 12 times 4 going to give me? 48. So that's 48 feet on this end. And 18 groups of 2 is going to give me 36. Right? 36 feet. And if I put that together,
You get 84.
oh, well looky there. I got 84 feet. Does this still give me 30 head?
Yes.
30 heads, 84 feet. So how many canaries were on the loose? 18. So your first answer is going to be 18. What questions can I answer? So when you're working on this today or any day and the next week, because I am expecting everybody to give it a shot. And I just recorded that, so if you missed it, I'll put it in Schoology, okay? It is recording. If you missed that, I just have to kind of play around. In every one of these, there's going to be something that has to stay constant. For instance, the heads. Did the heads change? No. That means that if you're looking at number 2, and you're thinking about what has to stay constant, well, we have bicycles and we have tricycles. And we know the number of seats and the number of wheels. Well, which one of those is not going to change? The seats or the wheels? The seats are going to stay constant. So that means you can only have 24 either bikes or tricycles. And every one of these, I want you to find that constant piece and then just play around with it. It is a game of adjusting and recalculating. What is your question?